Do you ever just sit there doom scrolling through your phone and suddenly realizing I don't even want to be here anymore? Not in a dramatic way, not in I'm deleting everything right now way, but in that slow way that you realize the internet feels less human and more like an obligation? That's me, that's where I'm at. And if you've been online as long as I have, I bet you've been there too. Let's talk about it. Welcome to this episode of The Bald Book Geek. I'm Darth James, and let's get on with it. This is not my normal content, but might as well at this point. Let's start with YouTube. It's the only real game in the town. You don't love it, you don't even like it most days, but it's where everyone is. Sure, there's Rumble and there's Odyssey. They're supposed to be the scrappy alternatives, but let's be honest, unless you're ranting about gay frogs, already have a massive following, you're shouting into an empty canyon. There's no reach, no discoverability. You just upload into a void and pretending it matters. People always say, well, that's the point, it's authentic. Okay, authentic and invisible. Cool. Meanwhile, YouTube has the monopoly on attention. You stay because you have to, not because you want to. It's digital Stockholm syndrome. That's how it feels. Instagram is its own joke. If it's not a selfie, it's not worth posting. You can promote your stuff, do something thoughtful, put actual work into it. Nobody cares. Post a half-decent picture of your face and suddenly you exist. And apparently many users on Insta think I have an OF account because the amount of creepy messages I get from people old enough to be my dad, or in some cases my granddad, is absolutely repulsive. I didn't sign up for that. I just wanted to share content, not become the unwilling fantasy of a man who's probably in bed by 8 p.m. And then there's Twitter, or X, whatever the branding experiment is this week. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. The only reason I haven't deleted it is because there's still people there I like, but otherwise it's like walking through an abandoned mall. The escalators are broken, half the stores are shattered, and the one store still open is selling crypto schemes or payday loans. Bluesky is no better. It's just political showboating and toxic people and the worst of the worst. Plus, I found CP on it. Lots of it. And they didn't do a thing. That was disgusting. That was genuinely disgusting. There's a lot I want to say about that, but I can't because YouTube. Then there's Substack. I'll give credit here. I love Substack. I really do. It's slower, more thoughtful, like you're not screaming to avoid as much as writing a letter to people who actually want to read them. But even there, the algorithm hangs over you. Author Ryan Williamson did a great article on his How the Algorithm Works, or breaking it down. And when I read that, I suddenly realised I didn't actually know what it wants from me. Do I need to post more? Catchier headlines? Cross-platform promotion? Algorithms are like moody partners. They're upset. You just don't know why. And here's the part that gets under my skin. The people, you follow each other, you interact a few times, maybe even have a real exchange, and then silence. Is it them? Did they just move on, get bored, forget you exist? Or is the algorithm quietly burying you at the bottom of the feed so they never see your stuff to start with? And you know what? That's the most disorienting part. A lot of online, not all, but a lot of online friendships now feel like they're being haunted. Sometimes they appear, sometimes they vanish, and you can't tell if it's their choice or the platform pulling the strings. After enough of those, you stop trusting the connections you make and you start thinking none of it's real. None of it lasts, and yet we stay, right? Then that's what happens when you've lived online for too long. You become a digital nomad. You wander from site to site, following people you like, searching for content that still feels genuine, but you never really have a home. YouTube has reach, but it's soulless. Instagram only loves you if you're hot enough. My Twitter account is a corpse that refuses to stay buried. Substack is promising, but the algorithm whispers in the background. So you just keep wandering, tired but stubborn, uploading, posting, hoping one day you find a corner of the internet that has that same feeling that MySpace did. But maybe we won't. Maybe the era of that internet is gone. Maybe it's all just algorithms, ghost followers, platforms squeezing us until we break. But hey, if you like these little depressing rants, don't forget to smash that like button, check out my memberships, join my Patreon, sign up for Substack, and tattoo my URL on your arm so the algorithm doesn't erase me from your life. Because at the end of the day, if you don't do that, how else will you ever see me again?